All right, good morning. So today is actually week 5 of the garden tour. Week 4, we skipped last week because it was pouring down rain and I didn't want to bring the camera and everything out here. So go ahead and do week 5 of our garden tour, and so much has happened in the past couple weeks. I can't wait to show you each of the garden beds and exactly what has happened or changed over the past couple weeks. Okay, I'm gonna flip the camera around and go over each bed with you again. Okay, so the first bed here is doing really well. The Oriole Swiss chard is rocking. I need to come in here and weed, which I'm probably gonna do later today. Yeah, it's doing really well. We had a little bit of bug damage, not as bad as other areas in the garden, which I will go over here in a minute. But this is my first time ever growing Swiss chard, and it's turning out really well. Another thing I can share is these markers. I don't like them. This is the second year I've tried them. They do not work well. They fade really, really fast. Thankfully, I have marked in an Excel program exactly where I've planted everything. So for this exact reason, that's why I did that. So those are not going to happen next year. And then over here, look at this. Look at this beautiful purple lady bok choy. It's just thriving. You know, I am really impressed. Let's see if I can get in there and show underneath here. See, right here. And this is, you know, the size of my hand. For reference, it's doing really well. There's a little bit of damage, but not bad. I have sprayed everything twice with neem oil, which has seemed to help some of the plants that had minor aphid damage. But yeah, these are doing really, really well. I'll definitely be growing these again. This is my first time ever growing bok choy. I actually ordered some more so I can do a second round of it later this summer. Then over here we have our gray zucchini. And this is not, you can see this white on here, that is not any kind of fungus or anything. This is just the type of leaf that this particular zucchini has. It's a variegated leaf, so it looks like it has powdery mildew, but really it's not. So if you are growing squash, just keep an eye out for that. Sometimes it's just natural. So, but they're doing really well. And then in the back, I have zucchini. Oh, excuse you. Nosy. The zucchini is doing really well. It's slow to grow, but I'm sorry, the cucumbers are doing really well, but they're growing a little slower than I'd like. So I'm hoping that they do well over the summer when it gets really hot, but we'll see. The Black Beauty zucchini, which is like your typical store-bought zucchini, is doing really well. I'm happy that these front ones, see there's the back ones, the front ones are doing good. I'm happy about that because these actually came from back here, and there was 2 plants. They both germinated really well, so I moved 2 up here, and they're doing just fine. So the other thing in this box are my banana peppers. They're doing all right. They're coming back. The peppers, as you may have seen from other videos, had major aphid damage. The ones that I bought from an external source, and it spread to my other peppers, so I've had to hit these really hard with neem oil. I had to hit these really hard with neem oil, and but yeah, these ones are coming back, thankfully. And over here, look at this box. This is another box that's doing really, really well. These in the front here, this all right here, these are our Yukon Golds. In a couple weeks, I'm going to pile these hills over it and then just let it go from there. You don't need to hill this type of potato. It just spreads underground. So that's what we're doing with these. And here is broccoli. Those flowers are beautiful. Look at these. Those are awesome. I did get those from somewhere else. I want to say that those are the... Oh, every time I struggle with this name. Of course, I forgot again. But they're so pretty. And then we have our onions. And our green beans did have bug damage. And I hit those really hard with diatomaceous earth, neem oil. And you know, normally I do not like using anything except for, natural fertilizers on my plants, because sometimes they can be harmful to pollinators, depending on the time of day you do it. But this year, with everything going on with the coronavirus and the food market, I have to do everything I can to save this crop of everything. I mean, we have to be really careful with how we grow things. Now, I don't do neem oil in the morning. I don't do diatomaceous earth on stuff that's flowered. I only do it, in the evenings. I spray the neem oil. And then on stuff that has not flowered, I do diatomaceous earth. If it has flowered, I just let it go because I don't want to hurt the bees. So, all right. So you see these Yukon Golds here doing really well. Then we come over here. These are also Yukon Golds, but as you can see, like, here's this bed doing really, really well. And then these guys are just coming up a little bit late. Same soil, same conditions. I'm just wondering if I planted these ones a little bit deeper. Not sure, but they're doing good. They're just a little bit late. And this broccoli has suffered from some bug damage. I have BT I can spray on the brassicas. I just haven't done that yet. I have done neem oil, but I think I'm going to have to get the BT out for the caterpillars because they're starting to come out right now. And then here we have our sugar snap peas. There's tons of them. Now I've had to spray these with neem oil because they were just covered in aphids. But the aphids were not doing any damage. But I did see them, so just trying to get on top of it. I sprayed these down. And then, yeah, again, I don't see any aphids right now, but I did just spray them with neem oil last night. So we'll see. Then here, I have my orange top hat tomatoes, the little dwarf tomato plant. They're doing good. They're already starting to come out with blooms and little buds and blossoms. They're so cute. I'm very excited to see how those do. So I have those in the bed, and then I have two right behind me in a hanging pot. Here, I'll come over here. So I planted them separately. Sorry, there's some cottonwood on here. I planted these separately because I wanted to see how they would do in a pot versus a planting box, and they're both doing really good. I think the pot might be doing a little bit better. Their leaves feel a little bit stronger, and as far as the stem and root system, they seem a little bit sturdier, but I think both would work just fine. Okay, let me go back over here. So in this box here, I planted another cabbage. It's doing good. I've got delicata squash, which is a winter squash there, and we plan on vining it up the fence and going that way along the fence line with it, because we have tons of fence. We're going to utilize it. Then on this side here, I have butternut squash that's doing good. And then over here, I also have butternut squash for this trellis. It seems to be doing better than this side. They get the same amount of sun. Not sure why one side's doing better than the other, but that's good to take note for maybe next year and how I plant things out. But yeah, this trellis, I think this is going to be really cool. How it will have all butternut squash on here. I am going to move that tomato hanging pot here once the stuff starts vining, but for now it's just hanging on the trellis. So one of my chickens my husband got me for Mother's Day. Alright, okay. Oh, peppers. So these are California Wonder green bell peppers. I have 2 right here. I have 1 in the kiddie pool. And these came from another source, and they have been fighting aphids like crazy. And I have been just dousing them with everything I possibly can that's organic to save them, because it's just ridiculous. They're doing better than my other peppers, these ones here, but oh my gosh, it's been a nightmare. But they're doing all right. I don't see any. Oh, yep. Look at that. Gonna have to come out here again and get under the leaves. Oi, oi, oi. Super. But that's real life. This is what can happen in a garden. I mean, if you want to do things organically, like, you're running the risk of having major pest problems. You can get some chemicals, but we don't like to do that here. And if you want to do that, then that's great. I mean, depending on what it is, I mean, we may go that route, but I definitely don't want to. I mean, if we don't have to. So we'll just keep doing what we're doing. Okay, so in the kiddie pool, wow, everything's doing really good. This is just some dirt. There are some ants on here, but this is a calendula that is doing really well. That cabbage is trying to fight for its life still. It's doing all right. This marigold is doing really good. This is the purple kale. Gosh, I want to say it's just like the purple curly kale. We got this from Baker Creek. It's really good. We've already harvested off of it. And then here I have zinnias, that other bell pepper, more calendula, and I believe more zinnias back there. So this is going to be really pretty when it's all grown out. And those peppers might get suffocated by the flowers, but if they're get eaten by aphids anyways, then, well, at least we have flowers. And okay, so over here, you remember this, I think, from the last video. It's doing really well. This bottom one, I didn't have anything planted. The other garden that we let the chickens back into, I transplanted some of the greens from it. They're doing really well. And then I started some more items from seed. And yeah, here are the greens this is a salad blend from Baker Creek. Doing really good. I have crisp mint right here. And I already put seeds in before I transplanted these. So there's some spinach growing up in between it. So I'll have to thin this out. But here's some more spinach. Merlot Nero. I have to thin this out. It's doing good. And then I have some Rouge de Hiver, and it looks like some of my seeds washed down from the spinach to here. Just thin that out. And then right here we have butter crunch, and I've already thinned a little bit because I'd like to get some heads out of this. All right, and then we have our strawberries. This is a strawberry I had last year. I transplanted. It's doing good. It's a little different than my other ones I have in here, but it's still gonna grow just fine. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Look at all that strawberries coming in. Each plant has strawberries going on it. Doing really good. I'm really happy with this. Over here, the same thing. Lots and lots of strawberries. See if I can get it to focus. Yeah, so many strawberries. It's wonderful. So we're excited. There isn't enough to make jam on these, but there's enough to get snacks, which is great. All right, and then over here, this is kind of our winter squash area. We are going to move this strawberry planter out because I need to plant actually more squash right here that I have in their starts right now. All right, so as you can see, all the cottonwood, my allergies are going crazy on the ground here. And then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue or green Hubbard squash, and they're doing really good out here. I'm really excited to grow these. I saved these seeds from a local farmer, so I'm hoping they're not a cross, but you know what, either way it's going to grow food, so I'm not that worried about it. Then we have our field pumpkins, 4 of those that are doing pretty good out here. So yeah, that's the squash. As I should say, this is the winter squash over here. We have all of our summer squash and a couple winter squash in another area of the garden. And I will make sure to take you over there in a little bit, but this is where we're mostly having our winter squashes over here because it can extend out further out into the pasture. Well, I wouldn't call it pasture quite yet, but into the field area over here. Okay, in this tub I have started carrots. Carrots take a really long time to germinate. I started them maybe a week ago, and it looks like actually there's little ones coming up. So that's encouraging. I've grown carrots in the past, and it does take a really long time for them to grow. And then here I have some celery. Now, let me tell you, this celery, I started that celery in the house from an organic celery cut. Like I had it living in a cup of water until it got big enough and it grew roots. And now I've planted it out in the garden, and look it. It's perfect. So you can grow celery from a cut of celery as long as it's organic and hasn't been sprayed, and then you can grow your own celery from it. Just keeps reproducing, so it's really cool. So that was a neat science project, and it actually works. All right, so here, more peppers. This one is called Unknown because I literally cannot remember what it is. I had plants that got mixed together, and I don't remember what I planted in them. That's my fault. I didn't mark them well. I kind of grouped them in areas, and then the groups got mixed up, and I was like, uh-oh. Well, I can't remember, so. But yeah, so I have actually quite a few of unknowns. So if you hear me say this is unknown, it's because I will not know what it is until it produces fruit. So, all right, over here is a mess, but these are the russets. If you go back to my potato videos, these are the same potatoes, the russets that I cut up and planted in these bags. I need to add more soil to them, but they are all doing really well. So that's super encouraging. I'm very excited. I've never used these grow bags, so this is a really cool experiment for the season. So keep watching and follow us and see if these grow bags actually work. We'll let you know. I won't lie about it either. So, but they're doing really good. I'm very excited. Alright, and then these are just empty grow bags right here with some soil in it, 2 of them. Alright, so here are some Anaheim chilies. Those are doing really good. And over here, more peppers. I got from an alternate source, and these ones have bounced back from the aphid issues. I have sprayed them heavily with sprayed them heavily with neem oil, and they have been treated heavily with diatomaceous earth. I'm actually going to treat them with DE again today. DE is diatomaceous earth. I have it on hand for my animals, so I like to use it every now and again in the garden. And I do need to weed. That's a weed. So, but yeah, so here seem to be, see, there's still some, but not as bad. And I think they may even be dead. So, yeah, I think they're dead. We'll see. Just keep treating them. Then over here, we have another unknown. And we have some gypsies. These are all bell peppers in here. We have reds and orange. And these are the gypsy mini sweet peppers. And I would like to say it's not just the sweet peppers. The hot peppers I bought from another source have been those have been the worst. The hot peppers. They've been just totally destroyed by aphid damage. And I'll show you that in a little bit. Alright, so here are more tomatoes. These are Romas. They're doing really well. Really well. And I'm also doing an experiment between tomatoes. Tomato cage versus trellising versus the spiral trellising. I have 3 different types, and I will let you know what one works best for us. And then over here, that's a zinnia. This whole row are tomatoes. In the center, there's some weeds right here. I need a weed. And these are some more tomatoes over there. Some are doing better than others, but that's just because some were started later than others. So, all right, so back over here, I have a cherry tomato that I'm trying out in this bucket. It's like a tomato bucket I got from Tractor Supply like 3 years ago. I've never grown anything in it but flowers because I didn't think it was going to be big enough for a tomato. So we're actually going to try a tomato in it and see if it works. And this is actually one that I started from seed. This is a Chadwick cherry. So this guy is going to get pretty big, so we'll see. I'm going to shove a tomato cage in this and see how it goes. Then over here, they have not sprouted yet, but I did do some yard-long beans. Just waiting on those. I didn't soak them overnight, and I think I'm regretting it right now, because all the beans that I have soaked overnight have sprouted amazing, and so these are just going to take a longer time to sprout. or germinate, I should say. Okay, and here we've got our one side of golden jennies. These are like a miniature cantaloupe. They are doing good. There are some, oh, that's just dirt. There are 2 plants here. I thought I had a third, but apparently I didn't. Or maybe it didn't make it. I don't know. So there are 2 over here on this side of the trellis. And there are 4 over here. And they're all doing really, really well. All doing really well. Super. So these are like personal size cantaloupes, and I'm very excited about that. Alright, and then in this monster, as you can see, I'm trying not to get the sun in your eyes, but this ginormous cage is going to grow, hopefully, this Uzbekistan torpedo melon. They get big, so this is going to be an interesting experiment. I have things to hold all the fruit up onto it, so we're gonna see if this works. I've never done this, so this will be another experiment. Quite excited for it. Alright, so see this trellis here, arch trellis, is going to be covered with golden jennies, and in the middle of this trellis, these 2 trellises, because I have 2 right next to each other in this box. In the center, I have flowers growing, calendula and zinnias. And let's go over here to this other trellis. First, I've got my herbs, basil and oregano, doing really good. I have more herbs I need to get out here. And then here I have Nor de Carmes, I believe. I don't know. I probably just butchered that name, but these are a seed from Baker Creek, and they are another type of melon. I don't want to say they're like a cantaloupe, but because they don't look like it, they do have orange-ish yellow fruit, like flesh on the inside. But yeah, so this is a new variety. I'm excited to try it. And then on this side of the trellis, just rocking, is our spaghetti squash. We've got 3 very healthy plants, and no bugs that I see. This would be the first successful year of growing spaghetti squash. Every year, as I, hold on, knock on wood, every year I've tried to grow spaghetti squash, it has just been awful. So I'm really hoping that these do well, because I love spaghetti squash, and it would be nice not to buy it for once. So, anyways, 3 really healthy plants. Then back to this box over here, I've got some tomatoes and another unknown pepper. And actually, these tomatoes are starting to put off blossoms over here. Let's start over here, back to near the Chadwick cherry. This is another Chadwick cherry, actually. And it's starting to get some blossoms. And this right here is a Cherokee purple, and it's starting to get some really nice blossoms. I'm super excited. This is the first year I've tried to grow this. This I got from another source. No bug damage, but it's doing good. And then here, this is a Goliath. I actually have 1, 2, 3 of those. Those are good. Some more zinnias. Look at this broccoli. I'm doing another experiment with broccoli. Broccoli in a pot. Or over here, I'll zoom slow, broccoli in a bed. So far, the broccoli in the pot is kicking everyone's butt. So, I don't know why. I noticed that there were eggs on these, like caterpillar eggs. Don't see any right now, but I have been treating this sucker like crazy. And same with the other ones, because we love broccoli, and yeah, we absolutely love broccoli, so we're not trying to lose these plants. And can we talk about this? What's going on in here? I need to come out here and trim this. Holy cow. Hello, friends. Jesus. So this is 4 types of mint and 2 marigolds. And mint is, as you can see, mint is a space hog. And I never, ever, 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 ever put mint in a bed with other items. I put mint in their own areas, because mint, like, I've already trimmed this twice. And this chocolate mint especially is just taken over. Now I did get the mint from another place and it's doing really well, but I can tell you this strawberry mint, I'm not a huge fan of the flavor of it. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan. I don't think I'll grow it again. I might pull it and feed it to the animals, because I really just, it's a little bitter. It's not the normal mint that I like. Like chocolate mint is my absolute favorite. I'm actually going to grab some right now because it's so delicious. Yep. So good. So good. Okay. So right here, I've got another calendula. These, everything I started from seed in here, except for the things that I openly say I got from another source. But everything else I have started from seed in the greenhouse, in the house, and it is definitely a labor of love. What the heck is that? Oh my gosh. Do you guys see that? No, I don't even know what that is. Can anyone tell me what that is? It's not going to survive though, because I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. Leave a comment if you know what that is. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Oh, it's ugly. Alright, I'm going to pick that off and smush it. Alright. Now that guy's gone. I don't know what that is. If it was beneficial, I'm sorry, but with all the problems I've been having, I don't know what you are. So, anyways, here I have some more Chadwick cherries. I started these from seeds. These are like saladette. You know, they're about yay big. They're not as small as a grape or a cherry tomato. They are like a larger cherry tomato. So, these will be good for dehydrating or eating fresh. So, okay. Oh boy. Now we're going to move to the part of the garden that is just awful. And I left everything to show you how bad they are and what aphids can do. Okay. Oh God, it's just so sad. Okay. So these are the jalapenos I bought from another source. And I'm half tempted to pull every single one of these out of here and burn them. Because this is what happens after so much aphid damage. And I can visibly see, if you're squirmish, I would fast forward through this. Or squeamish. Oh God, it's just every single leaf, every single plant is like this. And I'm really thinking I'm going to pull all these and burn them, because it's just an insane amount. Nothing in my garden is this bad. Now, they are moving from plant to plant, so this one's gone. This one's about to be gone. It's trying to come back. This one is starting to die. That one right there is dead. I have sprayed these heavily, with neem oil, diatomaceous earth, but nothing is working. It's insane. I don't know if I want to risk everything in my garden just to try and save some jalapeno plants. I had 10 jalapeno plants in here, and now I'm maybe going to have 5 healthy ones. I can tell that there are 3 that are probably not going to make it, just from the way that their leaves are curling already. So I don't know. I just don't know if it's going to be worth it. We'll see. I'm going to have to make that decision today. So next week, when you watch this, you'll know. But this is the second year in a row I've had problems with these jalapenos, and I've bought them from the same place because I haven't been able to get seeds. But I recently just got seeds from Baker Creek, and they are on their way. So, I am going to start mine from seed next year. And if the same thing happens with the ones I start from seeds, then I guess I just will not grow jalapenos here. Which is a bummer, because we use jalapenos in many, many meals. So, if you have any tips besides neem oil, releasing an entire boatload of ladybugs, diatomaceous earth, I mean, please, please, please leave me a comment. It is just so sad. Oh, gosh. Okay, I gotta move on to something happy. Well, on a happy note, my peppers that I started from seed are doing really well. This is a pineapple pepper. There's like no aphids on this sucker. Nothing. Same with this little unknown. Nothing. They're just rocking. So, everything that I've bought from that place has just been terrible as far as bugs go. I've got stuff from other places that are doing good, but oh, so sad. Okay. All right. Rosemary. This is one of 5. We have a bunch in our front yard. I need to transplant out here somewhere because we love rosemary. It just smells so amazing. That is a dahlia. It's doing all right. I started that from seed. I think that's from, I want to say that is from MIGardener? I'll have to check that and I'll say exactly what it is. I think it is, actually. It's doing all right. This is like a one and done annual type of dahlia. Yeah. Blueberries. They're doing okay. I think they need some nitrogen. They're looking a little red, but it's okay. They'll be fine. All right. Oh, look at these beans. Beans are rocking over here. I'm going to start trellising them up this beast of a cage shortly. More flowers. Oh, this is another night sky. It's a petunia. I don't know why I always forget their name, but gosh, they're beautiful. This is the one I showed earlier, just in a different color. They are so gorgeous. More flowers. Another cabbage. More calendula. I have some more yard-long beans started there. Acorn squash. Another acorn squash. More calendula. More flowers. I'm trying to keep all my pollinators really happy this year. Alright, let's go over here really quick. Okay, my parsnips are doing really well. I need to come in and thin them out. I absolutely love parsnips. They're so good. I highly recommend growing them. There's what we've made in the past. We've done mashed parsnips, like mashed potatoes. You know, you can roast them with carrots, beets, and turnips, and they're just so good. Speaking of beets, I have some beets I just recently started in here. They take a while to grow. So, but yeah, those are coming up. I have some arugula I have let go to seed because the seed stores are completely out of arugula seeds, so I'm trying to let this and 2 other ones go to seed so I could save the seeds for fall planting because I don't have many seeds left. Then over here we have more tomatoes, more tomatoes. And as these grow, I've decided to utilize some of the space around them to grow some radishes. These don't take very long to grow. These are purple plums up front here. And then I have Saxa-2 radishes right here. And again, these are going to grow faster than the tomatoes. So I'm just going to keep growing food where I can. And I'm probably going to do some more over here. Just utilize every part of the bed. That's the one thing I don't like about how we did these trellises, is it really takes up, like, you lose so much square footage in between them. So I think next year either I'll do onions down the middle, or maybe that's where I'll do my garlic, because that takes such a long time to grow. I just want to use as much space as possible. Okay, so let me go up here. And here I've got some carnations. They're going to be really pretty. 2 different colors here. So they are putting off tons of blooms. I love carnations. Here I have some more arugula that's about to go to seed. I have some lettuce, some greens. I probably won't do this here next year. And then the rest of this is all flowers. I've got teddy bear sunflowers over here. Some calendula, zinnias, more petunias, marigolds, and then this beauty has all of a sudden decided to grow, and I love it. It has doubled in size, I think, since the last video. There has been some bug damage, so I've done DE on it. But just, it's so pretty. It's going to get even taller, I think. And this is the Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate. Look at those blooms. Oh, it's just so pretty. I can't wait to seed save off this year. I got this start actually from Azure Standard. So I think Baker Creek is going to sell the seeds for these. I think I saw that they're coming out with it, or they have it. I'm not sure. But it's just so pretty. I love the pink. So hopefully on this entranceway, let's see here, see if I can back up. But this will be covered with Kiss Me Over the Garden Gate and then yard long beans. So it'll just all hang. It'll be really unique. So, but gosh, those are just so pretty. See if I can focus on them again. Hopefully. Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. Huge fan of that. Okay. I'm going to now take you out to this other part of the garden that we started, where we have our squash and our corn. And it's going really well. We need to mow around it, so ignore that. Okay, alright, so I'm going to flip the camera around and show you everything that has made it or failed out here. Okay, so as you can see, we did mounds of compost, and then we covered it with weed barrier, and we started our squash out here. We need to mow right here, ignore that, but there's some that I still need to plant. But here we've got Desi summer squash. Got 3 of them. And these get to be about the size of little, like, tennis balls. So you want to pick them young. And right here, we've got lemon squash. We actually have 4 of those. On this side, we've got custard, which is like a patty pan, Englisher custard squash. I can never pronounce the whole name. Got 2 of those. Then let's see. More lemon. Let's see. Oh, yep. And then we've got 3 acorn squash. We'll come back over here. We have another gray zucchini. This one is trying to fight for its life. I don't know what happened on that one, but another gray zucchini. I think it'll make it. They're pretty hardy. And then some more acorns that I think I transplanted too early, and the compost burned them. So this one may make it, but I'm not holding my breath because 2 out of 3. Look at that, just dead. Okay. Then here I have some more space. I'm going to put some more squash here. Then we have some corn. That's starting to come up. Not 100% germination, but enough to feed us. So, not enough to can, but enough to feed us over the late summer, hopefully. So, but yeah, everything else is going really good. Not too bad. So, yeah, we need to mow. And we're building chicken tractors this weekend to separate these guys and give this area a rest, because they've just run that down to the ground. So, time to get them out into the woods. You know, we've got several acres to move them around. So yeah. Alright, so I do have a lot of starts that I'm going to be planting today, so you'll see those on the next video, and I'll show the chicken tractor hopefully in the next video. But yeah, so it's breakfast time. I'm gonna go in and eat. But yeah, that's what's going on. Lots changed. Some really good, and some not so good, but that's the point of these videos, is to share what we're going through, and also for me to look back, you know, in the future, look back on this video and see exactly what went wrong, and maybe I won't do it again. Alright guys, well, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share it with your friends, and I hope you all have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Bye!